Good morning and welcome to today's live on Equa Television International. My name is Tony J. Nakale. I have Joyce Jakada on set with me and I have Prudence. How have you been?
Great.
I've missed you guys on the show. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the show. And I can see you guys have been doing a lot for the few weeks that I've been away. And I'm grateful for your contributions. God bless you.
Thank you.
On a sad note, we'd like to take this time to condole with the family of the Bandays over the demise of a staff's mother at Equa Television, Victor Bandy. He lost his...
Yes.
Okay. So when you don't do things that should earn you respect and you don't get respect in return, you get angry?
Possibly, yes. But then the truth of the matter is that you don't deserve it.
When I don't do things that
Deserves respect.
You said
you
earn it. The respect is something you earn. So when you don't do what to earn the respect and you don't get the respect, you get angry.
I don't even think I should earn respect.
Okay.
Yes. So for me, if I do things that don't earn respect and people decide not to respect me, I shouldn't get angry.
Okay. So when you do things to get respect or to earn your respect, and then you don't get respect, do you get angry?
Yeah. I'll feel... Yes.
So because you wear bulaba, people just see you.
People should.
So yeah.
It's natural. You don't have to demand. You don't have to... It doesn't, we see people that are in a position to be respected have portrayed, and then you see subordinate manner that people, so that people behave.
Are there different types of respects?
It might vary.
Are there different types of respects?
I think so.
Okay. So we're basing the show based on what we think, not based on what we know. I think so. I think you should be respected first for being a human being.
Yes.
And then secondly, if you are moving to a higher level of respect, then I think that is when you should work for it.
Yes.
The kind of respect that they should accord you when you go to the hospital and you are sick is different from the kind of respect that you hear from the person who you share words like I love you, you know, like daddy, baby, mommy, you know, and all that. So you can be crying and the person who loves you say, let her cry. When she's done, she will come back and say she's sorry. You see, from that to coming to a hospital to give you medical attention when you are shivering is a different shift altogether. Because if you are talking about respect, even the dead, someone that is dead is paid his final respect. You're not going to say good morning, sir. No. But the way you treat, you know, the corpse, the way you do certain kind of, I think there are an assortment of respect, you know, you deserve. Now, if you go to the presidency of Nigeria, when the vice president comes out, there is a way he'll be respected. Wow! Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir. And cool. What would you do?
I think it just defines who they are.
Wow! Not who you are. Not.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because I want to interject so I don't forget. It to respect you, maybe for certain reasons.
You know, we have a lot of arrogant and disrespectful people.
E.g.
like in the society today, that they will tell you, it's my life, I live it, that's how I am, that's who we are. Statement, you live right. They won't respect you for doing the right thing. They can, it's my life, that rudeness, and they won't respect you. So for me, if I do it just defines...
Wouldn't that pinch your... You know, it's their kind of... You're walking by people who that, but I think is not that I've helped. Even this person that I've done this to, even this person. So why is this person? Why do you think we get to that level?
Okay, like I said, some people I think is in their nature to be disrespectful.
No, I agree.
So that is why no matter how you do things right, they won't see anything good from me. They have made up, like
they are conditioned.
Yes, so they
disrespect.
don't care when they even see things that should ordinarily learn to. They would not want to respect. So personally, I think I've grown myself to a point that even if I walk among people that are very disrespectful or arrogant, I would just, like, I won't even give you that, I won't dignify you by even giving you the attention or the privilege to even feel that what you're doing is relevant. Like, I will so ignore it like you don't exist. For me, I would just conclude that that is who you are.
And your mental health is more important.
Yes, so I focus on the job.
Prudence, are there ways that can be dealt with other than what she said?
Other than what she said, I think the most effective way is what she said. It's essential that you know who you are and you know what you are, so you know when somebody is just being disrespectful because that's him, that's her. She's disrespectful because that's her nature, and so you are able to balance that. And as long as you are able to get the result at the end of the day for what you're doing, I don't think you should pay any mind to them, and I think that's the best way to handle that.
So just to add up, like recently someone made a very disrespectful statement, and immediately
at work
I felt disrespected.
Like
we'll talk about that.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Yes, sir. So immediately I felt disrespected.
The person will leave tomorrow.
But I just thought to myself, no, I won't respond to that. That's who the person is. By responding, I'm going to dignify the person. And then probably, you know how that somebody might be waiting for you to just do something, and I just told myself, no, this is not who I am. I cannot entangle myself in such. So I just decided to, no, I will even keep it in my mind. That's who the person is. So I just let go of that. He said respect should be earned. And I said, so what happens if you have somebody ahead of you and then the person is not doing things that will earn him that respect? Would you respect or wouldn't you respect the person? And then he was quiet. He was quiet. Now, the thing is that from the beginning, you said, because you are human, you should be respected first. Regardless of, you don't see people and just start disrespecting them because maybe you think they don't have certain position or there's no value that you should place on the person. They are creatures by God. So for that single reason, it means that you should respect that person. Place value on him or her. So you don't have to wait for people to do things the right way before you respect them. I think for the fact that the Bible says love one another, that alone should guide our hearts, that because this person is created by God, I should respect him regardless. So that is why I said
somebody's ahead of you and the person has, so that you would have at least a comfortable.
Know about you. Have you been in a love relationship before?
Yes.
I've asked you like 1,000 times. Why am I always asking you? Prudence. You have never been in a love relationship?
PK.
Nah.
Think again. You are in Bingham, come on.
Oh,
Okay, you know, there are relationships you consider serious. There are some you consider, well, I'm just in school, let me just pass time by. Or, you know, you've had a very close friend that is male, but not necessarily something that led to marriage. Okay, you guys are not married. Even if something you knew would not lead to marriage, but you stayed there for only God knows why. Have you ever been in that? Joyce has answered. Let me know.
I can't say that I've been in a relationship.
Have you ever
Like
had a close friend? Have you ever had a close friend?
Yes,
Okay.
friends, yes.
Now that sis that would have passed this place. If you are what you were, a family in Equity, and that's how we behave. And we sometimes we need to get certain facts out by doing some of these things that we do, and you know, to ease up on the topics and what we are discussing. Have you ever, in a love relationship, demanded a respect quietly? You didn't say, but you didn't get. Obviously, the answer is yes, but let me hear from you, if you are, in case you wanted a clue. Why don't we bring Linda to this show? Why is she not on this show with us?
I think she should join.
Thank you. Thank you, senior producer to this life. It's noted, ma. She will join from
I just suggested.
you. It was well suggested. So let's look at that.
Okay. Well, I expected to be respected.
At
And
some point in time.
yes.
It never came.
Okay, for me, what I did earnest, and then
Man that you are in a relationship with.
so I expected
What is his name?
oh
Okay, sorry.
and honesty, and so for me the love
Did it,
relationship. So at some point I was finding out things that I didn't know, and I kept asking about them, but
I hope Bulus is not watching this show.
hey, thank you.
Okay.
So I expected that, okay, if you actually have value on me, like you value me, you should be able to respect me to the point of being open, even if it was a mistake or something, be open, since like you have a goal, which is commitment. If you actually respect
You are telling him that.
the
Says. I think you just say it and go.
in the saying, you
Or
must
you
say
people are
what
not like me.
I think what she meant is that
If there was phone when I was like madly falling loyal, people would just wake up and see I'm not doing again. Why now? Oh, please, I'm with this person, when I'm done, I'll reply you. Like it doesn't take time to.
actually established my facts. He knew, and
I loved Nigeria, I mean Africa. It's respectful. That alone, because girls in this part of the world, they deal with a lot in a relationship. Because have you ever sat under someone to hear what love is, how it should be dealt with, how should it? Nobody tells you that. The only thing your mother was like, what does that mean, for God's sake? That's not an information. In Africa, elders expect that when they say something, you can use their own experience that you have not been through to understand it.
you don't even know.
Do you understand? Kian keri the mazafa inkin bi na mazaza ki wahala. Meaning, be careful with men. You don't even know who a man is. You don't even know what to be careful about. So you go to the man with an expectation. And then when he meets that expectation, you release yourself, because that particular thing that is in my head, that means be careful. The guy is careful about it. I am also careful about it. He's not going in that direction. So every other thing he can get. And before you know it, ask an average, look for 10 women in Africa or in Nigeria or even in Jos, where we are right now. And ask them how many times they have been through pain from a love relationship. It will shock you, man. So we keep learning, we keep using pain to learn. What a process of learning. We keep using pain to learn, we keep using pain to learn, and then we demand respect over and over and over and over and over from people who don't even know what it means. People who don't know what it means. How can you demand something from someone who doesn't know what it means and expect that you will get it? Most of the people that women fall in love with, the reasons why the women fall in love with is fulfilled. But their expectation in the love relationship is always almost not gotten. Now, if I ask you, what do you need in a man? I want him, you people must do hand like this. I want him to take care of me. I want him to respect me. But if we ask you to define it, in most cases, they are not well defined. Oh, they take you out and buy you stuff, you think that's taking care of you. And then you start replacing the real meaning of these things. and what they give you became a standard for respect for you. And then you settle down with it. It's wrong. I think parents should see that as responsibility to sit down with your daughter and tell her, do you have a boyfriend? You guys know I always ask you, do you have a boyfriend? You started a relationship, you didn't tell me. It's not so that I can stop you. It's because sometimes I think I have a position in certain people's lives who are open to me that I should be able to advise them on certain things. Where is he from? What is he like? What does he do? And mostly I will ask you, does he fear God? Because the man who doesn't fear God, he will beat you, he will slap you, he will cheat on you, he will do all these things and not see anything wrong with it. It's not the things that he does, it's the not seeing anything wrong with it. That means it is his character by nature. And you go in and out of relationship and men like that are littered all over. Almost everywhere you go. That is why I'm asking. I'm not just trying to be in your business. I've told you one time that it hurts me to see a lady close to me in pain that she should have dealt with. If it's something new, there are times I see people, I say, what's wrong with you? So I'll come to your office and explain. And when I hear it, I know that it's not something I have addressed in her life before. So I say, okay, it's the first time. And next time, don't deal with this issue this way. Deal with it this way, deal with it this way. It's nobody sits down to teach us. We learn through like a terrible means of learning. The atmosphere is not conducive. You once loved, now you don't anymore because of the nature of the person or because of who the person has turned out to be. You see, and that is why I love today's life. We may not be extremely knowledgeable about the things that we talk about, but I think we provide solution to certain things that people ask. You know, you are talking about respect. Some people don't care. That a man will pick you and treat you the way his father treated his mother because that is what he grew up to know as respect. Man, somebody will drop you 10K and tell you, please manage it. 10,000. That is your feeding, your medicals, and everything. If that is what is the standard or his financial level, it's understood. But not when he earns more than he should give 10,000. And then they expect you to make magic. Do you know what married women do today just to make ends meet? Do you know? I saw a group recently on, was it Facebook or Instagram? I can't remember. It's like association of married men who want to do stuff with people that are either married or not. And I asked myself, what is the world turning into? These are people who swore reality was far away from them. It was far away from them. How can you demand respect in a world that we live in right now and get it? That's a question.
So there's this, let me just bring this story. A young lady who is into a relationship with this guy, and then he gives her money, like you said, respect means different thing to different people. So for him, because he meets her needs, like he gives her all of that, so she should respect him, she should fear him. So this fateful day, she's learning braiding. So he asked her to close at 4. And that she should come.
Are they married?
They are not married. She should close at 4 and then come and cook for him before he closes from work.
Chairman.
So, like, they had customers in the shop and she didn't meet up with the time. So when she got back, she bought everything and then she went. She
bought him food.
She bought the items to make the soup.
Okay.
Yeah, so when she got back, I started arguing. I asked her to close by 4 and she was trying to explain. He started beating her up. Like he beat her up, he injured her on the head. And then the following day she came to the shop and we were asking what happened to you and all, and she said she fell down. So it was later on, I think.
Oh my God.
So later on, I think the people in the compound where the guy stays were wondering, like, does this guy have a family or not? Like, it's always like a routine. He always beats her up whenever maybe he asks her to do. Like eventually he got married to somebody. This is, and we see that in a lot of relationship today. Guys are like, she doesn't have respect. When you ask what is the respect, he's demanding. Anything he says, you should just do without question, right or wrong.
You see, Joyce, to God that every lady hears this. Being in a relationship is different from being in a correctional facility. I am not there in that relationship to suffer. I am there to be happy. There is a natural cause that comes with it that allows me to suffer. It's natural. Are you saying that you've never been in a relationship where you have gone back and forth with the man that you love? The fight is out of love. There are certain things, if you don't fight, you don't correct. But as you grow in the relationship, right? The love would outweigh the quarrels. It will outweigh the disagreements. It will outweigh all of these things. And then it's like a wine. The older it gets, the sweeter it becomes. And that is how relationship is. There are a lot of ladies that are not foolish, but they are foolish in their thinking. So I don't know what to call them. How can you be in something if you don't work out, you'll be chased out. And the way you'll be chased out, it is in a manner that you can never be happy. Now, look at her pension and gratuity. The beating is her pension because she will have that. And said that she's sleeping with pastor in the US. A member of the church, she came and said she's sleeping with pastor. Pastor is this, pastor is that. He will come and be preaching. She has been sleeping with him. So we were at their house one evening having dinner, and then the issue was much. It was flying around. He was just laughing and one day and she's just in charge like this. She picked phone and she called the girl. She said, I've learned from that story. Oh, I've been married to him for over 20 years. So I know this one is a lie. That was what brought an end to that menace. You see, sex is a powerful tool in a relationship. When you get it once, it is like a sickness. Coming out of that sickness will take the grace of God. And I would to God that people understand that is the hardest thing to do is to detach sexual emotionality with reality. It's almost impossible. You can be married. There are women today who are married for 15, 20 years, but they still remember their secondary school boyfriend. Sex experience. If you have, then you need to ask God to help. God is involved. You have to. Now, what is registered in her head? Leave just. He even gave me a gift. This one. But this guy is wicked. In Nigeria, this thing happened in Gombe State precisely.
Wow. No.
I think he's one of our best Ghanis in Gombe State. But he takes a lot of substances, So he's married. He had this girlfriend. It's a house and a guest house because I was working as an executive to someone who's a top government official. So I stayed in the guest house, which is like the first flat before you get into the main compound where his family members, children live. At about 1 a.m., this lady walked in the pool of her own blood. What happened? The guy used the head of his belt like he flogged this girl. I think her head was thick. Shout, there's everything. So I woke up and I was like, what happened? I thought she was robbed or something. She couldn't say. Then they were just... They were using it to clean it and to, so they opened her head and they were cleaning it. And she was crying. And then they asked her, said, Queen Fadani, did you fight? So I just knew. I said, maybe it's her husband. I said, what happened? And then the wife of the man started telling me that it was her boyfriend. The same issue as that girl. I think she got to his place late. I think 30 minutes or so. Omo. I said Omo in church, ma. I was knocking to say, how is she feeling? And all. At about 6 a.m., the guy drove in his car with her back. Because I was told that it's not the first cell. Do you know her response? Very sorry. I told him, I said, I'm very sorry. Left. Be crying the same to Tony Nakali if you want to fall in love with him. You know, he lied. He said, A.M. in love. Ladies do. You are so fast in falling in love with apps that people are giving him. It's social media. I think you or some acting. He starts acting. He becomes an actor. Yes, you understand? But it's not enough to just see a man a week or two and fall in love. Even if you do, they came twice. They came at once. Even if you do, deal with your emotions. Tell yourself, Joyce, be calming down. Be calming down. Sadiq is coming back. Be calming down. Let me take time on this Sadiq's issue. Be calming down. You see, it has a lot to do with your nature, but that has to change because we live in times and seasons that are hardly understood. When a guy comes to you, if he's going to respect you, you will know. If he's not going to respect you, you will know. Some men will show you it's their nature, but they still love you. That means you can walk. Women will follow you if you have money, regardless of what you look like. Regardless of what you look like. True. I was in a hotel in Gombe recently when I saw a young girl, pretty girl walking out. I was having a meeting outside in the compound. A pretty girl walking out. She came, she opened the car door, and then the door did not open. So she waited. So we just saw maybe someone used the remote and opened the door for her. With this grandfather of hers because of money. In the car. What is that? Love or lust?
Lust.
Certain things have to be. How can this girl see this man with his family and respect his family? How can? A very, very popular friend of mine made a mistake one time. He did not have sex, but he did something with a lady, and then they were in church or the same Sunday. He regretted, he cried, he fasted, they were in church. He did not go to that extent. No. He was in church, coming out of church with his wife. It's either you will, they will say it. So if we are talking about a lot to do with you that wants the respect as well.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with you. Like you were saying, you pass sometimes and people make statements, and even when they know they should respect you, they don't, and all that. Everybody is dealing with that. Everybody is dealing with that. There are men who cannot respect their wives.
Yeah.
Just because maybe there was a common mistake or something she did against his policy of life. And there are women that will say, you are a cheat, you are this, I can never respect you in my life. Just because of a text she saw or a phone conversation she heard or something. Look, you don't know what it is out there until you leave this man that you are with. Like I would always say about jobs too. You don't know what it means to live without a job until you leave the job that you have. Until you leave it.
And I think, like you said, it's not just about you that feel disrespected. Because there are times where you just see people demanding respect and they are also not living up to their responsibility. So you might be in the position where people are looking up to you. And when they look up to you, that means they've placed value and then honor on you. And when they do that, even their subordinates will just like they are not happy about what the person did or is doing. So I think it is good that we also build that attitude of respecting people. We don't just expect respect or demand respect, but we should also give it. Like we said from the beginning, because God created all of us, we are created in the image of God.
And
for
the
the
likeness,
fact that she is an image of God, I should be able to respect her.
Yeah.
If I'm respecting her, I'm actually showing that I'm honoring God's creation. So we should get to the point that you don't just see people and disrespect them because you feel like I shouldn't respect her because I'm older than like that. I think respect should be something that all of us have it like inbuilt. When you see people, as far as is human or she's human, you respect the person. So when we do that, I think the world will be a better place. Let's not just be about myself. I want to just create fears in my staff, in my subordinate. They must respect me whether they like it or not. And you don't.
You know what? When you do that, they will respect you. But genuity will be missing in the respect.
Yeah.
They are respecting you because you want that kind of respect. So they will show it to you, but in real life, they don't respect you.
In fact, I've seen a situation where one was frustrated because of that. Okay, she was trying to force the respect out of the people around her, and then this is what you want now, we'll give it to you.
So let's give it to you.
But behind her, you see the talks that come in, even the attitude they will give you, but they didn't say anything. Now you want to be respected. Yeah, good morning. They will call you. But there's a way they will give the attitude, even in the trying to do what you ask them to do. You know that there's no genuinity in what they do. So I think
and like you were saying,
This is the
to
first
you,
time you're saying something on this.
I feel so too. As you were saying, you give respect. I think it's important to give respect as well as get respect, because, for instance, in a love relationship, you're with somebody and then you decide to disrespect every other person and every other person's opinion about
They are the
respect.
kind of men that remind their wives that, do you know I'm the head of this house? If you have to remind me, then you have lost it.
True.
You just act it. When you come to a place, there is naturally things will take shape. You understand? But you come, you are the one that will go and boil water and do indomie, cook noodles and do something and sit down. Uncle, you are like all of us. I don't know why Sele has left work to be on social media. Lalas, La Didi. Let's read their comments. But it's important though. You have to understand that where there is no growth and peace, there is no point in staying in that place. It will help you to gain respect and will also show that you give importance to your values. That you give importance to your value. Never stop yourself from having the toxic place, from leaving the toxic place, or else you can never achieve peace. That's from Lala's Chebene Ali. And then we have Sele Elisha. She said, respect is not demanded, but earned. Respect is not what you Pastor Sele, for respect to be balanced, there is a need for both parties to know each other's boundaries and honor it. And honor it. Now, we have like a few minutes to round up. These are the two comments we have. Okay. We thank you very much for making these comments on the live show. And if you still have a comment, maybe you can post before we close. And thanks to everyone that's watching. What are the things that can make you quickly? What are the things that can make you lose the respect that you have?
I think when you are not truthful, yeah, especially in a relationship, when you are dishonest, and then when you don't, I wanted to use the word respect again. So I think when you're just filled with lies, dishonesty, can make you just lose respect.
Me or the person?
When the person in a relationship is not honest, and then is not committed, is not responsible, you can just lose respect.
Time went by so fast on us, but I'm trying to manage it because certain points, I don't want to take the topics tomorrow. What do you think would make someone lose the respect that he has?
Deceitfulness, and when you don't honor the other person.
What if, okay, let's look at this instance. You want to have a fling with someone. You understand what that means, right? You just want to have a fling with someone. And you know that it's just a fling. It's not something long-lasting. And the person does what he wants to do. And he behaves in a certain manner. Would you respect the person or not?
No.
It was a fling you wanted to have, so why won't you respect the person? They say tit for. Huh?
This was that.
It's basically that is it.
Yeah,
You need to
yeah,
understand self. If I'm looking for respect from this person, what will I do with the respect? It's something we don't. You don't go around looking for respect from people and places that don't matter. You already know. Okay. A friend of mine, a very long time ago, when we were learning how to drink alcohol, he left where we were staying, went to a very far place to drink, so that at least it would be away from the house. And when he went, he saw his father with a lady on the lap. So he didn't know. So he passed. He also saw the father, he did this. So they came home and they were normal. I went to drink and I did something else too, and we all caught each other. There are certain people who do things that have been respected. They're expecting something that especially take you down. Like they will frustrate you and crack you down till you will even not know what to do. Expectation alone. So when you are in a relationship, you play your part well. If the part you play is not well reciprocated, you leave. You leave, you don't waste time thinking, okay, let me wait till next year and see what happens. No, you don't wait. You don't wait. You don't wait. See, ladies, you should understand that while you are in that other relationship, there are several eyes on you. Not like we're looking at them to see what happens. No, I'm loving her, but she's with someone. So let me see if it works out for them. That's the thing. You should always have that at the back of your mind. While Mr. A is loving you, Mr. X, Y, Z is loving you from a distance. And they are watching. Believe me, they have more information about your relationship than you do. They are just waiting to hear that, this thing has happened. Then they start calling you, texting you, and all of that. And you will feel it's the right time to reciprocate. See? So if we're talking about respect, I don't think we have dealt with what respect means. But we are looking at respect from a love relationship. A woman should be able to know, this is the love language of my husband. The man should know, this puts my wife off. And if it does, why do I have to do it? The woman should also understand that if this happens to the man, why would I do it to the man? Just so peace can reign. And mostly, this is very important, especially amongst women. Joyce, why would my mother and yours be comparing our fathers to other people's fathers?
And it leads to the disrespect.
That is the thing. That is the thing. This man, he used to buy one bag of rice. Why are you measuring our own? Why are you measuring our own? You have money more than him. He's just a driver. You are an assistant director. Buy the one full bag. The man knows his calculations. Maybe check. This man's children are in public school. Your own are in private school. The man is balancing. Except if he's irresponsible. Then you can talk about it. You know, you can talk about it. So your final words before we round off the show.
I think it's important that everybody lives up to responsibility. And there's also need for us to understand that God created all of us. So we should love one another and we should be kind to each other. Don't respect people for certain reason. Just do it because God demands that from you.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that respect for a human being is because that human being is created in the image of God. So if you respect God, you should respect the human being as well.
If you've learned anything from the show, we're so blessed truly, and we love the fact that you stayed tuned to watch the show. It comes to you every working day, Monday to Friday on Equa Television International, and we're so glad for the support we keep getting from the Equa executive so that we can be on air and you can watch these things and even learn from them. And today's live is live on Facebook, YouTube, and all our social media platforms. We'd like you to follow us, join us, and we thank those of you that are following so far. And we are grateful for always staying tuned to our live shows and even making comments and responses. On behalf of me and everyone at Echo Television, we are so grateful. Please be kind to one another and stay out of trouble. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bye-bye.